welcome. Please make yourself as comfortable as possible. If you'd like to help create an optimal space to practice, feel free to sing this mantra with me. We'll try to proactively cultivate compassion, kindness, gratitude, and equanimity. Saha nāvavatu, saha bhunaktu, saha vīryam, karavāvahai, tejasvi nāva, dhītamastu, vidviṣāvahai. Śāntiḥ, śāntiḥ, śāntiḥ. Please choose a seat that'll be comfortable enough for about 20 minutes of stillness. Sit well on a cushion if you have one. And while you're allowing your body and mind to arrive just as they are, check in with the 8 points of posture. The legs, position them well enough so you can relax all the way to the toes. The eyes can be open or closed, but optimally still. Allow the back to be upright as possible, self-supported so it remains that way when you relax completely. And the shoulders and hands to be well placed, so you get good circulation to the fingertips. Allow the head to rest directly above the spine so the neck is unstrained. And the lower row of teeth to separate from the upper row of teeth so the jaw is unclenched. Lastly, the breath can come and go freely through the nostrils when possible. When you're ready to begin the first technique, anapanasmriti, mindfulness of inhaling and exhaling, place your attention at the entrance of the nostrils and the upper lip, and exclusively on the sensation of the inhale while inhaling and the exhale while exhaling for the next few minutes. When your attention wanders from the sensation of the breath to another sensation or thought, gently bring it back to the breath, again and again, patiently and persistently. When you can allow your body to be perfectly still, stay with 5 inhales and exhales in a row. Stability of attention will begin to automatically develop. Doesn't matter how many times or to where your attention wanders. What matters is every time you come back to the sensation of the breath exclusively. Allow your attention to be perfectly still by being aware of your awareness of your attention on the breath. And notice how it usually tends to wander during the exhales. To develop a balance of clarity and calmness, sharpen your attention during the exhales so you're wide awake and the unforced pause at the end. Relax during the inhales so the breath is unforced for 1 more minute. Notice the sensation of coolness in the upper lip, the nostrils while inhaling, compared to the much subtler sensation of warmth during the exhales. Now place your stable, clear, and calm attention at the crown of your head and observe any sensation from obvious to subtle, whether it be painful or pleasant, neutral, or even the absence of sensation. Simply observe whatever is happening as it's happening with equanimity. If you find your mind reacting to a sensation or lack thereof with craving and aversion, use the breath to regain stability, clarity, and calmness of attention. Remember the insights of nitya and permanence. Anything that is real rises, lingers, and passes away. As well as the insight of dukkha. Anything that is real lacks intrinsic satisfaction and will appear differently according to the impressions of each observer. As well as the insight of anatman. Anything that is real is not self-made and doesn't need to be taken personally. These insights can help you create space to where you can choose an appropriate response to whatever comes up, rather than react to it with craving and aversion. When you're ready, begin to sweep your concentrated attention down the front of your body, part by part, and up the back, piece by piece, starting with the forehead, the temples, the eyes and the nose, the cheeks, the ears, the lips, the teeth, palate, the tongue, the jaw, the front of the neck down to the collarbones, the upper arms down to the elbows, and the forearms down to the wrists, the palms and the thumbs to the tips of the thumbnails, the index fingers to the fingertips, the middle fingers, the ring fingers, and the pinky fingers. And sweep your attention from the fingertips back up to the elbows, and up the backs of the upper arms to the shoulder blades. And patiently down the front of the torso from the collarbones to the chest, observing any sensation or lack thereof with equanimity. The rib cage, the abdomen, the belly, all the way down to the waist, and the front of the pelvis, all the way down. The hips, the front of the thighs down to the knees. And the front of the shins, from the knees to the ankles. Tops of the feet to the tips of the toenails. And up the soles of the feet, from the toes to the heels. Backs of the ankles up to the calves. And from behind the knees, the backs of the thighs, to the glutes at the back of the pelvis. And concentrate on the tailbone region, also known as the Muladhara chakra, associated with the earth element, and the first limb of yama, stopping the causes of suffering by becoming firmly established in nonviolence, truthfulness, non-stealing, respecting personal boundaries, and non-possessiveness. And move your concentrated attention up to the sacrum, also known as the Swadhisthana chakra, associated with the water element, and the second limb of niyama, cultivating the causes of wellness by practicing cleanliness of body, speech, and mind, contentment, the willingness to confront afflicted states and transform them into being unafflicted, self-governance, and devotion to the ideal of sovereignty over the activities of the mind. And move your attention up to the lower back, also known as the Manipura chakra, associated with the fire element, and the third limb of asana, sitting still, sthira, creating a good space, sukha, by balancing effort and ease indefinitely, till the dualities of pleasure and pain or heat and cold no longer upset you. And move your attention up to the upper back, the Anahata chakra, associated with the air element, and the fourth limb of pranayama, breathing to regulate the subtle energies of the mind, and to remove the veil that covers the inner light of wisdom. And move your attention up to the back of the neck, the Vishuddha chakra, associated with the space element, and the fifth limb of pratyahara, developing mastery of the senses by drawing them inward. Move your attention up to the back of the head, the ajna chakra behind the eyes, associated with the mind element, and the sixth and seventh limbs of dharana, single-pointed concentration, attention, and dhyana, continuous flow of cognition upon an object of sensation. And then return your attention to the crown of the head, also known as the Sahasrara chakra, associated with the element of clear light, and the eighth limb of samadhi, profound meditation, where you can observe any object and see it shine alone, empty of the erroneous self-nature we tend to impute upon it, like pure clear light. Allow your attention to be still after you complete a scan, and zoom out to observe the entirety of your peripheral awareness, whatever's happening as it's happening in your entire body and your environment, rupa, the variety of sensations arising, lingering, and passing away, vedana, the window of your attention, whether it's stable, clear, and calm, or otherwise, saññā, and the subtle memories, desires, and expectations called samskaras that tend to control us till we can create the space to stop reacting to them and choose an appropriate response. This can be done from the outside in by sitting still, concentrating your attention. It can also be done from the inside out by being conscious of consciousness, vijñāna, and remembering the insights. To create and maintain a space where you can choose an appropriate response to whatever is happening now through the rest of your day, even in the presence of many obstacles. Begin to proactively cultivate metta, loving kindness, like the sun shines in all directions. Allow loving kindness to fill up your entire body and radiate outwards to anyone and everyone that comes to mind. Whether or not it's true that what you put out there comes back to you in the same way. Put out the signal, genuinely wanting everyone to be well, to be safe, to be happy, to be free from illness. The usual trajectory of the technique is to start with yourself. You can simply repeat the mantra, may I be safe, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be free. Continue with the people closest to you, one person at a time. May you be safe, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be free. And simply notice what comes up when you say the mantra. May you be safe, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be free. There's no limit to how much loving kindness you can generate for any one person, or how many people you can generate loving kindness for. It's immeasurable. Technique continues by expanding this wish to include people you barely know or haven't even met yet, to eventually all beings without exception in all directions, even the people you wish you didn't know, hope you never meet again. To maintain this space of undisturbed calmness, even in the presence of adversity, remember the 4 keys. Cultivate loving kindness for people when they're well, and compassion for people when they're unwell. Gratitude for people when they do the right things, and equanimity when they do not. But you can't control what another person does or doesn't do. You can have an impact on how you choose to respond to them. So if you like an extra step to optimally navigate a relationship that's challenging, then in addition to the 4 keys, practice Dakshin Namje, where even though you can't know what it's like to be this person, imagine vividly what it must be like to be in their body with their history, their experiences. Try to see the world as they do. Often we imagine that if we were in their situation, we'd be behaving better. But the reality is, if you were thoroughly in their situation, all things considered, you wouldn't be doing any better or worse or any differently. You'd be doing exactly what they're doing. If you can see yourself from their perspective without taking it personally, it can help you gather valuable insight how to best move forward in this relationship by focusing on your half. The last step can be done on a single breath. As you inhale, wish for their suffering to decrease. As you exhale, wish for their wellness to increase. You can do this as many times as you like, from whoever you like. Thank you for taking the time to practice this morning. May your practice continue. Namaste.